Welcome to the Built to Scale series Outside Marketing, bringing you quick, actionable episodes to help move your business forward. Here's your host, Craig Severinson.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of Outside Marketing. And this is the show where we talk about how do you grow a thriving business without sacrificing your personal life. This is the trouble with filming live out in nature is that internet is not always super reliable. But we're going to talk about the frameworks of being visible, growing your list. And this has been on my mind because yesterday is what I call a construction worker day. My parents are fixing up a house and they need some help doing it. So they asked me to come out every once in a while and do it. And so I was out there doing manual labor with them, and we were putting up drywall. And it's a modular home, so kind of like a double wide, but a little nicer than a trailer. And we had to take down all the drywall beforehand. There's a lot of water damage, and there were just nails all over all the studs in this house. And it took us about a month to get everything cleaned up. And the way they built this modular home is that they would just drywall the walls first and then put them together. So in some of the corners, there weren't studs for new drywall. So we had to get in there and fix all the corners and fix all the stuff and get all the nails off. And it took a really, really long time. But yesterday, when we started doing the drywall, finally, me and my dad were able to just start, bam, it started slowly, where we started getting the drywall up, and then we got into a rhythm. We've worked together before, so we knew kind of what to do, where it was just like we were flying through that drywall. It was going up in giant sheets and around the windows, and I was doing my thing, and he was doing his thing, and it was just flying through, and we got most of that house drywalled yesterday just because we had the preparation in place to get it done really, really quickly. And I feel like this is what a framework does for you. Sometimes it takes a while to build the framework out, right? It's just like the studs in the wall. You got to get them ready. You got to get them in the right spots. You got to make sure they're level. You got to make sure that they're installed properly. But then once they're in and you start doing the system on a regular basis, it all starts flying up and it can accelerate really, really quickly, right? So let's talk about the frameworks I use for getting visible. And I think that visibility is one of those things that you can get sucked into and feel really, really good about being visible, but not see any tangible results from it right away. And I hate that. I am a really ROI oriented, I want to know why we're doing stuff type of person. And so, hand in hand with visibility, I always like to talk about growing your email list. Year after year, the marketing industry, I feel like we like to pretend like other people are saying that our stuff is dying, and we like to go, no, it's not dying. So all the time from email marketers, you hear, "Oh, email's not dead," and I'm always like, did someone say it was dead? Did someone say that we're not doing that anymore? Because as far as I know, email's awesome, and we're still doing it, right? So if you're one of those people that think email's dead, which I think it's just email marketers making a big deal out of maybe one person saying it. But if you're one of those people, and no offense if you're an email marketer, like we all do it, right? Social media is dead, email's dead, whatever, right? Uh, if you're one of those people, email's not dead, right? It's still pound for pound one of the best ways to reach your audience. And why is it one of the best ways you reach your audience? It's because you can have a conversation. You can build an actual relationship with people. And that's what it's all about. An interesting experience that I had last year when I spoke at Social Media Week Lima, is I went and I spoke. And after I spoke, people were coming up to me and talking to me, which is normal after you go do a presentation. I'm used to that. But three different people, excuse me, came up to me and said, "Oh my goodness, I've been following your content. I'm on your email list. I'm so excited to talk to you." And that was the first time that had happened to me. I'm not like some sort of big deal, right? Like to have people following your content and come up to you and talk to you, it was a whole new level of authority building, right? It's like that celebrity level was ratcheted up a level for those people, and it really gave me an opportunity to impact their lives, to have sales conversations, right? To have really impactful, meaningful conversations with those people. And that's what email and really good content can do for you. And so you've got to, when we talk about visibility, I'm always going to talk about building your email list as well, because that is the tangible ROI portion of getting visible, right? So how do you set up a framework for getting visible on a regular basis? For me, it's about identifying what are those key things you have to do weekly, daily, monthly, yearly, in order to achieve the level of visibility that you want. So for me, it's two things, okay? And for you, it could be different. But for me, it's two things. I want to speak on stages and I want to build up to bigger stages. And two is I want to host my own webinars. I've got the sun suddenly bearing down on me. So sorry about the weird, funky shadows all over me. Hopefully you can't see my beautiful face. Hopefully that's okay. Hey, maybe we shift this way. Is that better? Maybe that's a little better. Let's go with that. Now we get the big, my bald head. Maybe it's flashing down on the camera. We'll go with this. You're like, we don't care, Craig. Keep going with what you're saying. Okay, so for me, webinars, speaking on stages. So for speaking on stages, what do I have to do? Well, I have to identify the places I want to speak, right? So every year I'm looking at what are the events coming up that I want to speak at. And I have my top ones that I want to speak at long term. And then I have to know when those deadlines are for applying to speak, right? And I've got to know what they're speaking about. I've got to research them. I should attend. If I can go attend, I should go attend them, right? And so I've got to get all that on my calendar on like a yearly basis. And then monthly and weekly, what am I doing? I'm applying, I'm reaching out, I'm talking to people, right? That becomes part of my framework, part of my system for getting visible. Now let's talk about my webinars, right? So I've got a webinar coming up next week about how to set your prices higher. Man, that sun is bugging me. Like I feel like my head is just blurring the camera. Here we go. Okay, so it's how do you set your prices higher? And it is, I've got almost 100 people registered right now. And that is just something that I do over and over again every month. Not the same presentation, but every month I have an event. I'm inviting people to it in my regular conversations. I'm reaching out to people, being really friendly, talking to them, trying to just invite people to come and participate in an event that I know is going to be really valuable for them. And when they opt into the webinar, they're opting into the email list, right? When I go and speak, I give an opportunity for people to go check me out and opt into my email list. And so there you get the double whammy of you're visible in front of your ideal audience, and then those that resonate with you also opt in to your email list. So my challenge to you, my invitation to you is think about how do you want to be visible? Maybe it's not speaking on stage like me. Maybe it's you want to go to more networking events. Maybe you want to go to more conferences. Maybe you want to just get on calls more with your potential clients, right? That's really powerful, especially if you're selling something that's a premium price. You don't need to get on stage in front of 1 million people. You need to get in front of the right 10 people, right? So how do you get in front of those 10 people? That's the level of visibility that you need. So identify what is the level of visibility that you need. Map out what are the steps that it takes to get there. And then start thinking, what's the yearly, monthly, weekly, daily steps that I need to do? And then put those on your calendar. That's all there is to it. And then you work the system. You show up every day and you put in the work. That's all you got to do. Okay, that's what I got for you. I would love to hear what you're doing to be more visible. Put that in the comments. Until next time, take some fast, focused, imperfect action. I believe in you. I got your back. I'm going to enjoy this nice, sunny day. And until next time, we'll see ya.
Thanks for joining us. To check out all the Built to Scale episodes and to see how Craig can help you in your business, go to builttoscalehq.com.